Well, folks, it's a day we all knew was likely coming, but Nintendo has just announced that the 3DS and Wii U servers will all be shutting down in early 2024. This is pretty heartbreaking news. Let's talk about it. All right, people. So yeah, I just woke up to this pretty devastating news. I have to admit, it's a little weird. I got a bunch of pings on Twitter while I was asleep. People messaged me. Shout out to Nintendo Mania. I knew I was like the 3DS guy on YouTube, and I didn't know if it was at the point where people were gonna like ping me and think of me when something like this happens. But I've been doing 3DS and Wii U videos for the past decade. Like really, since I started doing YouTube in 2014, I have consistently covered 3DS and Wii U up to now. Obviously, a little bit less recently, but I still make videos on the 3DS and Wii U because these are the consoles that I grew up with through my teen years. I mean, my childhood is like on GameCube and Wii, but the formative years of my youth, I was playing 3DS, I was playing Wii U. Even in terms of my connection to YouTube, I mean, I think of early YouTube as me covering like Wii U indie games. So these consoles are very, very special to me, and I met great friends playing online on them. So to see Nintendo shutting down the servers is, gonna be honest, it's a little heartbreaking. When I woke up and I saw this news, I was like, oh, dude, no way. Not because I play these games online actively. I haven't played any of these consistently in years, but I like going back. I like checking in and seeing if they're still active, and usually, for most of the first-party stuff, they are. You know, I think in 2014, when Nintendo shut down the Wi-Fi connection for Wii and DS, that felt a little bit more like, okay, that makes sense. GameSpy had shut down, so they were already kind of dealing with that whole situation. And the Wii and DS just weren't cut out for it. They weren't fit for the job in a way, if that makes sense. But Wii U and 3DS was on Nintendo Network. It had this whole infrastructure planned, and to see them still shutting it down is just, I mean, this is probably the biggest loss in terms of game servers that the games industry as a whole has experienced yet. I know like Xbox has shut down like the early Halo games and all that, but you can play all of those on Xbox One through the Master Chief Collection. We are about to lose online play in so many Wii U and 3DS games that just did not come to other platforms, and it sucks. Because like I said, you know, when they introduced Nintendo Network, I was like, okay, well, they're on their own thing now. We should be kind of safe. And I'm not saying I didn't expect this. I'm sure I've mentioned it in videos ever since they announced the eShop closure a year and a half ago at this point, that this would probably be happening. And I hate to be right about that, but I didn't think it would be this soon, especially after they actually went to the effort of patching Mario Kart 7 on 3DS and Mario Kart 8 and Splatoon on Wii U this year, and late last year for Mario Kart 7. The fact that they went to the trouble to patch those games because of a vulnerability in their security, I was like, okay, that means they're committed to keeping these games up. These popular games, even though, yeah, they're mostly dead, they still had players. So I figured, okay, well, if they're going to go through the trouble of patching Splatoon in August, they just patched it in August of this year, so 2 months ago, not even, or just about 2 months ago. I figured that meant we were safer for quite a few more years, and that is not the case. And as a more general concept, I mean, if they're going to shut down Wii U and 3DS, I think it's safe to assume they will shut down Switch. They will shut down Switch 2. They will continue doing this. You know, Wii and DS, I feel like we're a different situation. But now that they're shutting down this across the board, I think it's safe to say that this is just Nintendo's MO, and they're going to keep doing this for the foreseeable future. Of course, the Switch won't shut down for many, many years, decades even, but it will happen eventually, so you get what I'm saying. So let's go ahead and read through the tweet here. As of early April 2024, online play and other functionality that uses online communication will end service for Nintendo 3DS and Wii U software. Thank you very much for your continued support of our products. And then we're going to click on this Find Out More link. Now, you know, the 3DS and Wii U, like I said, I grew up with them. I won't lie, for Wii U, it's not as big of a deal because a lot of those really important games got follow-ups to, or got follow-ups on Switch. But some of these 3DS games, man, I mean, Pokemon, Kid Icarus, Animal Crossing, like some of this stuff really stings. Metroid Prime, Triforce Heroes. I'm going to be doing several videos talking about this and covering these games. Me and my friend Caleb are going to play through Federation Force, I think this weekend, just because we've never played it and we want to play it before we can't anymore. But let's read through this. Announcement of discontinuation of online services for Nintendo 3DS and Wii U software. Thank you very much for supporting our products. In early April 2024, online play and other functionality that uses online communication will end for Nintendo 3DS and Wii U software. Little asterisk there, I wonder what that means. Oh, this includes software exclusive to new 3DS. This also includes online cooperative play, internet rankings, and data distribution. So that's interesting too. I'm going to try to do a comprehensive video listing everything that we're losing here. Because, for example, a game like Style Savvy, the one on 3DS, the earlier one that came out in 2012, I believe, just by connecting to the internet, you could get items, but you're not going to be able to do that anymore. So that's not like a huge loss, but it is just kind of something that's interesting and worth talking about. They had this whole article on the 3DS home menu and badge arcade. We'll check out that in a second, but I think it was bad news. We'll see. They say here they will announce a specific end date and time at a later date. However, and I highlighted it here, please note that if an event occurs that would make it difficult to continue online services for Nintendo 3DS and Wii U software, we may have to discontinue services earlier than planned. This is terrifying to me as someone who wants to play all these games, make all these videos before the shutdown actually happens. Not having a concrete date sucks, because what I could easily see happening here is that maybe, you know, I'm assuming the whole reason that this is even happening right now is because of the vulnerabilities found in Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart 8, and Splatoon, and I think a couple other games. I'm guessing those patches just weren't enough. I'm guessing it's too big of a deal for them to just let it keep going, and that's why they're shutting down the servers, because when you play Mario Kart 7, when you play Mario Kart 8, you can have serious stuff happen to your console. They can get credit card information, that kind of stuff. I'm assuming that's why they're shutting this down. Maybe that exploit was found in more games. I have not kept up with the 3DS hacking scene or anything like that recently, so I'm not sure. But that's my theory, is that they're just afraid of that happening again, and they don't want to deal with it. So in this case, if something really severe happens, they might just pull the plug without even telling us. That's what I'm getting from this statement here. It is nice that they do say they'll announce a specific date later on, but right here, if something happens, they might just shut it down earlier than expected. So if you want to play any Wii U or 3DS games online, get your friends on the old 3DS and play some Animal Crossing New Leaf or Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, do it now. Don't wait, because this could happen earlier than April. That's what I'm getting from this. We sincerely thank players for using the online services of Nintendo 3DS and Wii U software over a long period of time and apologize for any inconvenience. And we have a little Q&A to read here. Will I still be able to play offline even after online services end? Yes. Just kind of like your basic questions. Will any online services still be available even after online services generally end? It will still be possible to use online services for the following software, but that may also end at some point in the future. And of course, it's talking in relation to Pokemon Bank. So Pokemon Bank was one of my first thoughts when I saw this news. I was like, oh no, we're safe for now, but I want to trust Pokemon Company. I want to trust Nintendo. I think Pokemon Bank will be shut down probably maybe a year after this or something. There's no way it's going to be supported into, in perpetuity. And the fact that they're even saying, hey, it might end at some point in the future as well. I think if you have any Pokemon you want to transfer, just do it now. Just get that stuff out. You should have already done that before the eShop closure, but if there's anything you're holding out for, just do it. If you want to replay Gen 6 or even, God, Pokemon Bank, I'm going to do a whole video on this. Pokemon Bank is terrifying because that is so much Pokemon that can be lost. That's all the way back to Generation 1 almost, if you count the Virtual Console games, but if not that, then your Game Boy Advance cartridges with Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and Fire Red and Leaf Green. You can transfer those games, or those Pokemon, to the Gen 4 games, to the Gen 5 games, to the Gen 6 games, and then to the Gen 7 games, and then using Pokemon Bank, transfer that all the way up to Scarlet and Violet, which is so cool. But if Pokemon Bank ever stops, it's over, which is going to be terrifying. Are you also ending online services for software from other publishers other than Nintendo? With some exceptions, online services will end for all 3DS and Wii U software. Please contact publishers for information about the online services for their software. I'll be curious to see if anything actually stays up. Call of Duty? If you know me, I love me some good old Call of Duty on the Wii U. I don't think so, though. I think it will probably be pretty much everything. Of course, you'll still be able to download all of your stuff, and Street Pass and Spot Pass will still work. Actually, no, Spot Pass will not work anymore, but Street Pass will, because Street Pass is local communication. Now, one last thing here I do want to check out is this Nintendo Badge Arcade kind of separate article they have here. To Nintendo Badge Arcade users and those who decorate their 3DS home menu with badges, in conjunction with the discontinuation of online services for 3DS software, service for all features of Nintendo Badge Arcade will also end. Prior to the end of services in early 2024, please have a look at the points below. After service ends, Nintendo Badge Arcade will display an error screen when launched. Okay, that's not good news. If Nintendo Badge Arcade is launched after service ends, an error screen will be displayed, and it will not be possible to use the software. As a result, the practice catcher will no longer be available, and it will no longer be possible to place badges in the badge box. Once the service ends, badges obtained in Nintendo Badge Arcade will continue to be available for decorating the 3DS home menu. However, it will no longer be possible to place badges in the badge box, meaning that users will only have access to a maximum of 100 categories and 1,000 badges that are in the badge box. We recommend that users finish placing badges before the end of services for this software. So I never really got into the Badge Arcade. I know that's kind of weird as a 3DS person. I just never got into all that, but I know a lot of people that's a big blow. But it looks like you can still at least decorate your home menu with what you have, so that's good news. But yeah, man, just as someone who loves the 3DS and loves the Wii U with really all my heart, I mean, these are my babies, basically. This is just really sad to see. I mean, the eShop closing, that was one thing. It's like, okay, that fine, whatever. But this is basically the final nail in the coffin. Any life that was clinging on these consoles is gone now, or will be gone when the servers shut down. So let me know in the comments below. I'm going to do a lot of videos. Let me know any videos you want to see me make. I do have a 3DS capture card so I can capture that gameplay. I'm thinking about bringing back the streams. I was streaming Mario Kart 7 there last year for a while. I might do that again. I'm going to do videos on Kid Icarus and Pokemon, of course, and Federation Force and Triforce Heroes, and some Wii U stuff too. I already did Splatoon this year and Call of Duty, but I'll probably do it again. I'll do a video talking about just like my memories with these consoles. It's just a sad time, but, you know, as a community, I think we should all kind of band together, revitalize these games as much as we can, and I'll try to use my like voice in this community to hopefully like schedule some like really big pushes, like, okay, tonight we're getting on Kid Icarus Uprising, guys, or tonight we're playing Ridge Racer 3D, that kind of stuff, and hopefully we can get some kind of group things going for these online games before they shut down. So like I said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Give me some video ideas if there's anything you want me to cover on this channel, and until next time, folks, peace.